Welcome to all. I am N. Sri Ramalinga Ganesha Perumal, working as an assistant professor in EC Department, Government College of Engineering, Srirangam, Trichy. Video lecture series for forthcoming semester. Subject code is EC8393. Subject name is Fundamentals of Data Structures in C. In this subject, I am going to discuss about the topics on arrays and strings in C programming. First of all, I am going to discuss about arrays in C. Arrays in C programming. Just a small intro about arrays. The variables used so far had a common characteristic. Each variable can only store one value of the declared data type. These type of variables are called scalar variables. A scalar variable is a single variable whose stored value is an atomic type. This means that the value cannot be further subdivided or separated into a legitimate data type. In contrast to atomic types such as integer, floating point and double precision data, there are aggregate types. An aggregate type, which is referred to as both a structure type and a data structure, whose values can be decomposed and are related by some defined structure. Such a derived data type is an array. What is the need for an array? Suppose a program that can print its input in reverse order. If there are two values means this is easy. If there are three values, this is still relatively easy. But if there are 10 or 20 or 100 values, then it is not easy. Here the solution works only if the number of inputs exactly matches with those expected by the user. To solve this problem, an array is required. It is a collection of numbered elements. An array is a fundamental data structure that enables the storing and manipulation of potentially huge quantities of data. It stores an ordered sequence of homogeneous values. Homogeneity means all the values are of the same type, so that an array can be defined as a data structure consisting of an ordered set of data values of the homogeneous type. It is a collection of individual data elements. That is, the first one is ordered. One can count of the elements, that is 0, 1, 2, 3, etc. Second one is in fixed in size. Third one is an homogeneous, that is all elements have to be of the same type. Example, integer or float or character. In C, each array has two fundamental properties, the element type and the size. The individual array elements are identified by an integer index. In C, the index begins at 0 and is always written inside square brackets. The contents of this video lecture includes definition of an array, declaration of an array, and the types of an array. It includes one-dimensional array and two-dimensional array. Definition of an array. That is, an array is a collection of individual data elements that is ordered, fixed in size, and of homogeneous data type. When defining an array in a program, three things need to be specified. First one is the type of data it can hold, that is integer, character, double or float. The next one is the number of values it can hold, that is the maximum number of elements it can hold. The third one is a name. Declaration of an array. This is a syntax, that is data type, array name. Within the square brackets, you have to mention the size. For example, I am mentioning float is the data type, the array name is A, the size is 10. How to represent an array? The first example is float A of 10. So the total array size is 10, that is from A of 0 to A of 9. Here A of 0 to A of 9 are indices. A of 0 is the first index and A of 9 is the ninth index. That is A of 0 is the lower bound and A of 9 is an upper bound. The next one is the types of array. It includes one-dimensional array and two-dimensional array. One-dimensional array. Here the array is one-dimensional. It has a single subscript or index whose value refers to an individual array element which ranges from 0 to n minus 1. N denotes the total number of elements in an array. Declaration of one-dimensional array. To use an array variable in a program, it must be declared. When defining an array in a program, the same three things need to be specified. First one is the kind of data it can hold. The second one is how many values it can hold. The third one is the name. A one-dimensional array declaration is a data type followed by an identifier with a bracketed constant integral expression. The value of the expression, which must be positive, is the size of the array. It specifies the number of elements in the array. The array subscripts can range from 0 to size minus 1. The lower bound of the array subscripts is 0, the upper bound is size minus 1. Declaration of one-dimensional array. The syntax is data type, array name, within the square bracket, size has to be mentioned. For example, integer a of 100. This reserves space for 100 integers. Here, this is a sample program for one-dimensional array. That is, define a symbolic constant for the size of the array. It is sometimes convenient to define an array size in terms of a symbolic constant rather than a fixed integer quantity. This makes it easier to modify a program that utilizes an array. Since all references to the maximum array size can be altered by simply changing the value of the symbolic constant. Here the symbolic constant n is assigned with the value 100. Then the n is replaced with the assigned value 100. It is a good programming practice to define the size of an array as a symbolic. Automatic sizing of one-dimensional array. While initializing, the size of a one-dimensional array can be omitted as shown in the below example. Integer array, there is no size to be mentioned, is equal to within the square brackets 31579. There are 5 elements. Here the C compiler will deduce the size of the array from the initialization statement. From the above initialization statement, the size of the array is deduced to be 5. Accessing one-dimensional array elements. For initializing an individual array element, a particular array index has to be used. Here, the sample program for initialization of all of the elements of the sample array to 0. This would cause all the elements of the array to be set to 0. Because here a of I is equal to 0 in this for loop. Here is another sample program for accessing the array elements. First we define the header file, then we defined the symbolic constant, that is the array size is 10. In this for loop, the index is 0. When the index is less than array size, it is nothing but 10. In this first iteration, 0 is less than 10. So A of 0 is 0. Then the second iteration, A of 1 is less than, that is 0, 1 is less than 10. Then A of 1 is 0. In that sequence, the loop will incremented. Then up to A of 9, the value will be 0. That is from A of 0 to A of 9, the value is 0. That is from lower bound to upper bound, the value is 0. The next one is the storing values given by the user in an array. Here, reading the input into the array is shown. First, we declare an array with 10 integer elements. The idea is that first a value must be read and copied into A of 0, then another value read and copied into A of 1, and so on until all the input values have been read. The next is printing an array. The following code segment prints the elements of an array. Next is the internal representation of arrays in C. A simple variable of any data type x, the compiler allocates the size of x bytes to hold it. For an array length of L and data type x, the compiler allocates L star the size of x bytes. Variable length arrays and the C99 compilers. In earlier version of C89 compilers, an array size must be a constant integral expression so that it can be calculated at compile time, and each element needs to be initialized in order from the beginning. But in case of C99 compilers, the array size can be an integral expression or not necessarily a constant one. This allows the programmer to declare a variable length array or an array whose size is determined at runtime. The element number of an array can be specified explicitly by using a format called a specification initializer. In C99, the initial values can be set only for specific members, with uninitialized members being initialized as 0. This is useful when the elements requiring initialization are limited or when arrays have large element counts. This example will introduce another application of the array. The program prints out an array of Fibonacci numbers. These are defined by a series in which any element is the sum of the previous two elements. This program stores the series in an array and after calculating the terms prints the number out as a table.